going on, everybody? It's your boy, the uncrowned Otaku. We're back at it again. Another top 10. And this week, we have top 10 Megaman bosses. And we're spanning all iterations of Mega Man. We're talking Mega Man on the NES, Mega Man X, Battle Network, the Zero Collection, all Mega Man bosses. Now, it's only going to be, we're talking top 10. And Mega Man has a lot of bosses, so I'm going to narrow it down to my favorites. Ones that had impact, ones that have or can be memorable, and bosses that had significance to the franchise. So starting with number 10, we're going with, boom, Iris from Mega Man X4, which, by the way, is my favorite Mega Man of all time, and you will see more appearances from characters from the X4 franchise. Heads up. Iris makes number 10 because she held significance for Zero. She, after Zero beat her brother, she turned kind of evil, where she had just accepted the darkness and wanted to either A, die, or B, avenge her brother. So she went from helping Zero the whole game to now, you killed my brother, I'm gonna avenge him, and you have to fight Iris, the person who Zero arguably cares the most about. And she makes number 10 because after you beat her, she gives you a very memorable cutscene from Mega Man X4 where Zero is holding her lifeless Reploid body in his hands, and he goes, "What am I fighting for?" Can't top that moment. Number 10 goes to Iris. Number 9, sticking to the Mega Man X4 franchise, we have, boom, Magma Dragoon. Now, Magma Dragoon is arguably one of the coolest bosses you're going to fight early in the game. One of the original, like, there's 3 up here, 3 down here, 6, 7, 8. Out of the original 8 people you can fight, he is one of the coolest bosses you're going to run across. When you play as X, he's like, oh, X, blah, 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 blah. I always wanted to fight you. And then when you play as Zero, it turns out him and Zero were boys. They have a whole little chat. And then when you fight Magma Dragoon, this is really why I put him here. He is a Shoto fighter. This man was straight ripped from Ryu and King. He's hitting you with Hadouken, and Shoryukens. Straight ripped from the Street Fighter franchise. He's got to be a top 10 boss. Number 9, Magma Dragoon. Number 8, we have, boom, going from the original Mega Man franchise, we have Dr. Wily's Sandman. We all remember having to fight that Sandman dude after you beat all the robot masters. You climbing up Wily's castle. You got to fight this sand dude who just goes piece by piece and just flings himself at you. Definitely a memorable boss. Mega Man X6, he gets infected and you have to fight like an infected version of him. Trash, garbage, hate it. It made me quit Mega Man X6. I'm going to loop back around to it eventually. Number 7, we have, again, it's a lot of Mega Man X4. We got Double. Now, Double is one of the dopest character concepts I think that they've ever made, Capcom's ever made in the Mega Man franchise. Double was Mega Man's helper. X, I should say X. Zero had Iris, X had Double. And towards the end, Sigma tells Double, okay, we're initiating the plan. Make sure nobody gets here. Go ahead and kill X. Double transforms from a small, kind of chunky little Reploid, or, yeah, I think he's a Reploid, or is he a Maverick? Maverick Hunter, whatever he is. He transforms into this thin Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees looking dude who has like these little things on him that he can slash people with. And you see him kill some of the robots that were just trying to help out and get to where they needed to go. He kills them and then he just waits for X. Legendary fight, seeing him go from one form to the other. One form to the other. Double is great to me. And Double makes 7. Number 6, we have kind of recognizing the change with the times. Something that hasn't been done before. An unprecedented event. We have, boom, at number 6, the first female robot master, Splash Woman. When this came out, this was the first time they had ever done a woman. It's always been like Elect Man, Fireman, Cut Man, Shadow Man, Gemini Man. Now we get a Splash Woman. Revolutionized the game, really opened up doors like, okay, it's no longer just robot men. Now we got robot women. And it took them all the way up until Mega Man 9 to do this. So when it happened, everybody just kind of stood there and was like, let's go! Times is changing. So Splash Woman, because they did something they'd never done before when they introduced her. First female robot master. Coming in at number 5 from the Mega Man X1 franchise, boom, we have Val. Val makes the list because honestly, he was kind of dope. He had his own personalized mech, but he just had like a stupid vengeance on X like that. He was drinking pure haterade. When it came to Zero, Val knew, Zero, you that dude, we cool. I don't want to beef with you. But X, I gotta kill X. There's something about him. He think he all that. He think he the main star. He think because this franchise is named after him, I can't hang with him. I gotta kill X-Zero. You gotta let me kill this dude. Val really just hated X for whatever reason. It was willing to destroy him and anything that had to do with him. Val was a pure hater, but you remember him because of that hate. So he's gonna make number 5. And that personalized mech suit, X1, gotta go. Number 4, we have arguably a Mega Man ripoff from the plotting mind of Dr. Wily after watching Mega Man beat him for a while. We have Bass, or Bass, however you want to pronounce it, and Treble. Because he has treble, people normally say bass and treble, but he looks like a fish, so I understand why people say bass. But yeah, Bass/Bass. He makes it because he is what I think is a stronger, slightly more evil Mega Man. He's a bossed up Mega Man. If Mega was a kid, Bass is a man. Bass is what Dr. Wily, after years of watching and studying Mega Man and Rush, he came up with a better concept, Bass and Treble, which then got evolved into Zero, but that's for another day. Zero's not technically a villain. Bass can kind of be called a villain because you do fight him, but at the same time, you also team with him on occasion. But for the sake of bosses, he's going to make this list at number 4 because he's cool, he's powerful, and everybody respected him. When he arrived, you knew something was going down. Number 3, we have, could have been number 1, honestly, Sigma from the X franchise. Sigma was behind everything that really happened. He went from being the ultimate good guy to fighting Zero. Zero's curse transferred into Sigma, and Sigma became what Zero was. Sigma was the leader of the Maverick Hunters, somebody everybody looked up to. And then this man was just like, you know what? Yeah, let's burn the earth down. Let's crash everything around it. And you always kill him, and he finds a way to come back. And when he comes back, he finds a way to convince somebody who's currently in a seat of power. He convinces them to do his bidding. And it's like X and Zero are always surprised at the end when Sigma shows up, and Sigma's like, haha, it was me all along. Zero, I'm going to show you who you truly are. X, I'm going to take whatever's inside you that makes you tick because you have unknown potential, and I want it. I loved Sigma. He had the Sigma Saber, the Sigma Scythe, the Sigma transformative robot where he's just a big head throwing elements. Sigma even made it to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Come on, Sigma is that dude. He could have been number 1, but you'll see why he didn't make number 1. Because number 2, we have a much cooler boss. Colonel from Mega Man X4. The Zero Colonel fight is the best fight of any Mega Man franchise that I think I've ever seen. 2 sword masters going toe-to-toe. And you have Colonel, when he's fighting Zero, Colonel's like disappearing, reappearing with the slash, sending it out, doing thunder little cannon thingies. And even in the intro, the Mega Man X4 intro, you have Zero and Colonel fighting in the intro. And it's not that Colonel's not a villain. Colonel works for the Repla Force, and he is standing by his principles and his pride. They just happen to go against what Zero and X are trying to do, so that's why Zero had the bang on him. X, I don't think X fought him. Did X fight him? If X fought him, X had the bang on him too. I believe X did have to fight him, actually. But Colonel was the cooler character, and then after X4, you get X5, you get introduced to Cygnus, who looks like Colonel, but is a cheap, great value knockoff of Colonel. Cygnus could never be what Colonel was. Colonel had charisma. Colonel had some charm. Colonel had the skill and the technique. If it wasn't for plot armor, Colonel would have beat Zero. Colonel had way more technique than Zero did. And I love Zero, so I love Zero, so you know that means a lot. All respect to Colonel. The only reason Colonel didn't make number 1 is because number 1 goes to the originator of everything, Dr. Wily himself. Dr. Wily had to make number 1. Y'all know he had to make number 1. Not only is he the main villain of every Mega Man for a Mega Man game, he transcends his own mortality into the X franchise. He makes Zero. He makes the Zero curse, which then gets transmitted to Sigma, which then causes everything to happen. You get the Zero curse and the Sigma curse. I was about to say Zero Phantom, but I think it's called the Zero curse. But yeah, Dr. Wily, genius, going toe-to-toe with Dr. Light. Dr. Wily never got the recognition. He built a castle. He built the Sandman. He built Zero. He built Bass and Treble. Dr. Wily made so many great robots himself. And Dr. Wily, if you really get to the root of everything, sure, and X, it all links back to Sigma, but the only reason Sigma is like that is because of the curse or the way Wily programmed Zero. So everything in every Mega Man iteration gets traced back to Dr. Wily. The big daddy boss himself, he makes number 1. Wear that number 1 proud, Dr. Wily. This top 10 was brought to you by my boy ChandlerWithaZ I. He challenged me to do top 10 Megaman bosses. There you are. That's my list. How did you guys like it? You disagree? You think somebody else should have been in a different spot? Comment down below. I didn't put a lot of Robot Masters from the Mega Man franchise because they weren't that memorable. They were just kind of there for the game, for you to get to the end and to fight Dr. Wily. So when I looked at all the Mega Man bosses, I was like, why do I have a lot of X stuff and only a few Mega Man? I looked at them. None of them struck me as memorable, so that's why you don't see a lot. But like I said, Uncrowned Kingdom, comment down below what you think. ChandlerWithaZ I. By the time you watch this video, I'll have your top 10 challenge in the description down below because I can't think of it right now and my phone's about to run out of memory. Anyways, Uncrowned Kingdom, I've been your boy, the Uncrowned Otaku. That's the fire that keeps the kingdom safe. Make sure y'all subscribe. Road to 1K. We almost there, baby. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace.